Most school owners are making the critical mistakes in three areas that are kind of costing them thousands in lost revenue every single month. Okay, so today we're talking about the three pillars that every martial arts school owner must master in order to grow their martial arts school in a productive manner. Now, if you're a martial arts school owner and you're struggling to consistently grow your student numbers month to month, then this video is going to change everything for you. I'm going to share with you the exact member multiplier system that separates thriving martial arts schools from those that are constantly battling to keep their doors open. Now, most school owners are making the critical mistakes in three areas that are kind of costing them thousands in lost revenue every single month. And the worst part is that these mistakes are completely avoidable once you actually know what to afford. Now, my hope is that by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your current approach isn't really working and what you need to fix to start seeing consistent growth in your student numbers. So it doesn't matter if you're stuck at 50 members, and you can't break through, or you're losing members as fast as you gain them. Just pay close attention because we're going to dive deep into the three pillars that's going to transform your school. Now, the member multiplier system is built on three fundamental pillars that work together to create predictable, sustainable growth for your martial arts school. Now, pillar one is marketing, not rocket science, marketing. Now, this is your lead generation engine. It's about creating a predictable flow of interested parents who want to know more about your school, and adults as well that want to do classes and find out about what it is you actually do for people in the area. And without this, you're always scrambling for new students. So you need that basic pillar. Now, pillar number two is sales. Now, this is where you convert those interested prospects into paying members through a structured trial process. Now, most school owners, if they're honest, they're probably winging this part, and it's costing them absolutely loads. Now, the third pillar is retention. Now, this is where you keep your members engaged, progressing, and still paying month after month so you can keep the doors open. And this is actually where the real money is made because it's far cheaper to keep a student than it is to find a new one every single month. Now, here's what most school owners get wrong. I usually find that they focus on just one of the pillars and they completely ignore the others. So maybe they're great at marketing, but they're absolutely terrible at closing. Or they can close really well, but the retention is absolutely awful. So they're constantly on a hamster wheel, just trying to replace all the members that have quit that month. Now, the schools that consistently grow to 150, 200, and even 300 plus members, they've got full three pillars working together in harmony. So when you fix all three, that's when you'll see the explosive growth. People miss out on this. Now let's deep dive into each pillar and the costly mistakes I see school owners making every single day. Now let's start with marketing, and this is your lead generation engine. Now the goal here is pretty simple. You need to get a predictable flow of interested prospects, parents, students, whatever you want to call them, contacting your school every single day of every single week. Not just any leads, but quality leads. These are people who are genuinely interested in martial art classes for themselves or their children. The biggest mistake I see school owners make when it comes to marketing is, quite a few, to be honest, terrible follow-up. A lot of school owners take 24 to 48 hours to respond to an inquiry. That's if they actually respond at all. And by that time, the person has already contacted 3 other places and probably booked something else or lost interest. You ideally need to be responding within 5 minutes maximum. And that's when the leads are the hottest and the most likely to convert because they're interested at that time. Now, the second mistake is not understanding actual ad spend. Some school owners throw money at Facebook ads or Google ads without an actual system. There's no tracking and no idea of what's actually working. They're spending 500, 600, even £1,000 a month in getting 10, 15 leads, when they should be getting 50 plus leads for that budget, at least. You need to know your cost per lead, your lead to show up rate, and exactly which ads are performing and why. Now, the third mistake is when school owners are being like kind of generic and just blending in. And that's when your marketing sounds exactly like every other martial arts school in your area. Usually things like discipline, respect, confidence, blah, blah, blah. Now, the thing is, the prospects, like parents and adults that are looking for classes, they can't tell the difference between you and the school down the road. So you need messaging that speaks directly to what they actually want. If it's for children, it's going to be a safe space for their child after school to build real confidence and being part of the community. Now, how can you say that in a unique way that really resonates with the parent and sets you apart from everyone else? That's the key. Now, when you fix these three mistakes, you'll see your lead to show up rate jump from 55 to 75%. We've seen it in the growth network. And you'll have a predictable pipeline of interested parents every single week instead of just hoping someone walks through the door. Now let's talk about sales. That's converting those leads into actual paying members. Now, this is where most school owners leave thousands of pounds on the table every single month. Like you leads, people are showing up, but they're not joining at the rate that they should be. And most of them, if you're honest, are probably walking out the door. It could be because of one of these three mistakes. It could be because you haven't got a structured trial process. Now, I've seen a lot of school owners just throw new prospects straight into regular class and hope for the best. It's kind of sink or swim. There's no system, there's no progression, and no way to build kind of value and excitement. You need a proper trial sequence that's going to take the prospect on an actual journey from curious to completely committed to joining and becoming a member. Now, the second mistake is giving up on the first no. Like when a parent says we need to think about it, and the school owner just says, okay, let me know if you're interested in the future, get in touch. That's it. No follow-up, no addressing concerns, no helping them make the right decision. Now, you should be converting at least 50% of your trials to members, if not more, and targeting around 70 to 80%. If you're not hitting these kind of numbers, then you're leaving money on the table. It needs to be addressed. Now, the third mistake is not being persistent when closing and overcoming the actual objections, even further, the bigger objections. So parents have genuine concerns about cost, time, commitment, whether their child's going to stick with it. And your job is to help them to work through these concerns, not just accept them as a final answer. You need a proper follow-up sequence, immediate follow-up, and then 24 hours, 72 hours, 7 days, 14 days. Most sales happen in the follow-up, not in the initial conversation. So when you implement a structured trial process and you have a proper follow-up system, you'll see your conversion rate double or even triple. Instead of converting like 20 to 30% of your trials, you probably hit 50 to 80% consistently if you get this done right. Now, finally, let's talk about retention. And this is where the real money is made in your martial arts school. Like I said before, it costs 5 times more to get a new member than to keep an existing one. Most martial arts school owners spend all the time chasing new students and on marketing agents and agencies and everything instead of focusing on the ones that they've got, and they're just slipping out of the back door. Now, the biggest mistake I see is when school owners don't recognize the signs that people are going to quit. If somebody comes to you on a Tuesday and says that they're cancelling, they didn't decide to cancel on that Tuesday. They probably decided about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Now, members don't just disappear overnight. They give you warning signs. They miss classes. They show up less frequently. They're not engaged with other students. They don't talk as much. And most school owners only notice when the member has already cancelled. You need systems to flag when someone's missing, like 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, and then 14 days, so you can intervene before it is too late. The second mistake is not having proper onboarding systems. So you get someone to join, you take their money, they sign up and everything, and then you just expect them to figure everything out. No proper introduction to other members, no clear progression path, no check-ins to see how they're settling in, and they're just left to it. The first 30, 60, and 90 days are crucial for long-term retention, and most schools completely wing this whole period. They just focus on getting them in, taking the money, and then leaving them to it. It's not great. Now, the third thing is flaky systems for keeping members engaged. It's kind of making it up on the spot. I see school owners thinking that giving one student a well-done card every session is going to be their retention system. Well, that's not a system. That's kind of hoping for the best and bribery, you know what I mean, at best or at worst, depending on how you look at it. Now, you need to proper You need proper recognition, like programs like regular grading opportunities, showcasing events, progress tracking, consistent communication with parents about their child's development, and lots of other things that we haven't got time to go into in this short video. But when you fix these retention mistakes, you're going to see your monthly churn rate drop below 3%, which is where you need your martial arts school to be if you want to grow. Your average member lifetime value, you'll see that increase from, I don't know, £500-600 to 1.5, 2,500, maybe 3,000, depending on your school and your structure. And that's the difference between struggling to pay for your bills and having a thriving, profitable school. So there you have it, the Member Multiplier System from the Martial Art Business Growth Network. And the costly mistakes that are holding back martial arts school owners from getting to where they want to be. So to recap, in marketing, you need lightning fast follow-up, smart ad spend, and messaging that actually connects with parents. In sales, you need a structured trial process and persistent follow-up that helps parents to make the right decision. And in retention, you need to spot the warning signs early, have proper onboarding systems, and create real engagement that keeps members coming back month after month, week after week. Here's what I know. You're probably watching this thinking, I'm making at least 2 of these mistakes, maybe all 3. And you're wondering where to start, what to fix first, and how to implement these systems without overwhelming yourself or your helpers in your team. And that's exactly why I'm offering free success calls to martial arts school owners who are serious about growing their student numbers and building their school without the overwhelm. Now, on this call, we'll go through your current marketing system, and I'll point out the top 3 things that need to be fixed to improve your student numbers and monthly enrollment. There's no pitch, no pressure, just a genuine analysis of what's holding your school back and a clear action plan to actually fix it. So if you want to book your free success call, check the link in the descriptions. And these calls are limited because I personally handle each one. I don't hand it off to anybody else. So don't wait if you're serious about growing your school. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive deeper into other systems that are going to help you to grow your school.